Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Entrepreneur TV Middle East. With me, Sima Abedrabboh. She is the partner at Kearney. Thank you so much for welcoming us here and coming. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How's everything at Kearney?
Well, with the market volatility, we're trying our best to still survive and provide the best solutions for our clients everywhere.
I can imagine. It's not an easy job of yours.
Oh, no, it's not.
So tell me, what current projects are you working on? What sort of, let's say, sectors are you focusing on?
So I focus on government, mainly center of government and defense as well.
Okay.
So public policy, regulatory impact assessment, and so on.
Right, and you did tell me that you worked in the government before, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, for the past 10 years prior to joining Kearney, I was advising the UAE cabinet on public policy and RegTech.
Okay, and I suppose technology, implementation, emerging tech, AI is a big part of it, right?
Absolutely. This is a very avant-gardist government, and it was a pleasure to work for the government of the United Arab Emirates on a federal level.
Would you say AI now is more hype or substance?
It's substance. If we are really serious about AI, it's all about adoption. It shouldn't be as an add-on. It should be part and parcel of our daily operations.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, I really do see that there is a big educational gap because AI is changing on a daily basis. Generations are struggling to kind of keep up with it. How do you think we can kind of like reduce that gap and make sure that people are aligned on what is it that AI can do for them?
It's actually, there should be a paradigm shift. I see it happening. There has been an announcement in the United Arab Emirates government about establishing a new academy for AI, and now AI is going to be a topic that's going to be taught at schools from K to 12. So that's a big deal, and I think we need to have a paradigm shift about traditional models of education. The K to 12 system, the 4-year bachelor degrees, and so on. I think executive education and short courses that would keep up with the advancements of technology are mandatory now. They're not a luxury anymore.
And I feel like here we're years ahead. What is Europe supposed to say? What is the rest of the world supposed to say? Do you feel like we should use Dubai and the UAE in general in this region as a benchmark for other, let's say, countries around the world when it comes to this?
Yeah, well, I believe, and this is my personal opinion, that some countries and governments are emerging as a benchmark that other countries can actually look at their experience and learn a few things from.
Instead of fearing AI, right?
Yeah,
a lot of people fear it.
Yeah. It's like an alien.
Yeah.
But I mean, AI is going to divide the world as I see it for the next 10 years. Either it would transform those who fear it into cavemen, or to become part of AI
100%.
and harness its potential.
100%. Since you did tell me that you were very much in the whole regulatory frameworks and stuff, I wanted to ask you one thing. Do you think that we need to place regulations onto AI, or do you think that's just going to kill its innovation and we need to be careful as to how much framework and regulatories we put on it?
I think there are many sine qua non, if we can say, when it comes to using AI in regulatory affairs. I think regulatory frameworks should be enablers of the use and implementation of AI, because AI can guarantee transparency, can mitigate fraud. There are many examples I can use, and AI can actually, if the governance of AI is proper, then it should ensure, other than the proper regulations for data privacy, for personal data privacy, for consent from customers, so they would not feel, and citizens, so they would not feel that their privacy has been breached. So the governance, the model of governance is the most important when it comes to AI and government.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just to set those basic, let's say, frameworks to make it safe for use, right?
Exactly. Safe for use, integrated within different sectors, but also one of the most important roles of government when it comes to AI is to make sure that it mitigates bias.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Although it's hard because at this point, everything that is being taken is information from Google, at least from ChatGPT, right? It's like years and years. So it's very difficult not to be biased, but we're hoping that as time passes, it's going to be less and less biased.
Yeah, as we learn, as machines are learning, I think we're developing models that are more inclusive. So that's one of the risks of AI.
100%.
Yeah.
The billion-dollar question, will AI create more jobs? or will AI, make us lose more jobs? What would you answer to this question?
When I see all these taglines in media that are scaring people, telling people, the bold titles that would say we're losing by 2030 like X million of jobs globally. I believe that if we go back maybe 40 years, we have the industrial revolutions, we have the internet revolution, and then in the 70s, and then we had the IoT revolution. And what we can observe, if we take a look historically, we will see that jobs are not lost because they are replaced by new ones. So it's a transformation of the job market rather than it's about how we can create new job opportunities, harnessing the power of AI and technology in general.
And the candles changers did have the electricians take over, right? And there's so many other jobs that were just exchanged.
Yeah.
Again, it's all about the government and all about how smooth that change is being made, how much they are educating us on the change, right? So
exactly.
At the end of the day, we're all in their hands, right? Anyways, just a couple more questions for you. Since we're an entrepreneur and you're such a prominent leader, female leader in such a difficult sector, give us some pieces of advice for all those young women out there that want to, enter male shoes a lot of times, be in, defense, governmental institutions. How do you deal with all of that, and what advice would you give them?
Okay, I believe that I believe in meritocracy. I believe it's a bit harder for women to penetrate these sectors that have been historically dominated by male. But the advice that I can give is that female leaders and entrepreneurs should focus on identifying the right market, be obsessed about the customers and their needs, always cooperate with regulators to understand and have an idea on what are the regulatory systems that would be in place currently and in the future, and also always create partnerships with other entrepreneurs.
Beautiful. It was an absolute pleasure speaking to you, Sima.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure is all mine.
Pleasure.
Thanks.